Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
A few moments later.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sports Church. I'm your host, John Kerman, a.k.a. Mini. Friar Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. IOAs. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. All right, we're going to have a short show, kind of getting one in there before Super Bowl. We're down about half our crew. So, we're going to do our best. We're going to talk a little MMA. We're going to talk a little baseball. Of course, we'll talk a little bit of Super Bowl, maybe put a little wager down for you to follow along with. So to get it going, without further ado, he's also a United States Marine Corps veteran. If you notice, this show is predominantly dominated by Devil Dogs. He's been my friend for over 25 years. We were known as Frickin' Frack with our old unit, the most holistic unit in Marine Corps history. Part of Ammo Company, the beautiful 43 area of Las Pulgas, part of the 1st Supply Battalion, 1st Force Source Support Group, 1st MAR Div. Please welcome to the altar competition, Mr. Brother Bishop Pook Dog.
Ha 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 ha. Let us proclaim the mysteries of Chinese champions and split roses. Ha, ha, ha.
What's up, man?
What is up, Minnie?
No, a hell of a lot.
Do you hear like a echo, a reverb? if you will.
Now you're cutting out a little bit there when you're loud, but other than that, you're like okay, I guess. So no echo.
Okay, so you can hear me just fine right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to figure something out here.
What's the problem there?
Oh, there's no problem here. I figured it out. We're golden now, just like the showers, my friend.
Yikes. Yikes. What's up, man? What you got for me?
Well, we're down some people here,
Yeah.
and you said something interesting. You said that the show is dominated by Marines, right? So we had on the show prior, we had the Redneck Pimp. He's a former Marine, correct?
He's still a Marine. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Marine of no longer active duty status, however you want to put it. Charlie. So we had him, and we got Brother T, and me and you. Pretty much anyone else that hasn't been on, anyone else we put on the show that hasn't been a Marine has just been besides your father, which doesn't count, right? They've been terrible. Just terrible people.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Okay. So last night, I don't know if we want to get right into the MMA segment of things. Here, there's going to be no auto racing today.
No auto racing.
There's going to be no college football today.
Nope.
There's going to be no hockey.
Nope.
There's never any NBA talk.
No, there isn't.
No college basketball talk to speak of.
Nope.
We maybe should think about renaming this show.
Okay. Well,
we could call it the Baseball MMA Hour.
Well, it's a little late for that, but I gotcha.
I'm just saying. So we had a disappointing evening last night because I'm a Sean Strickland fan, and I also bet on Jimmy Crute, which was disappointing because of the decision. The Jimmy Crute fight. I had Jimmy Crute pretty much winning every freaking round, and it ended in a draw.
Yeah,
I really I don't know. Did you take the time to watch any of these fights, Minnie?
No. I was still recovering from the flu, so I was just taking it easy, binge watching some shows with the wife, and then it was an early night for me. So,
well, Jimmy Crute came in there with his wild mullet that he had, and he fought like a wild mullet man, and I thought we easily coasted to a victory. I had him winning every single round, all 3 rounds, and Rodolfo Bellato got the decision draw, along with Jimmy Crute getting the draw. Not a big fan of that decision. I don't know what the internet – I haven't been on the internet. I don't know what the internet's saying about this, but I'm sure they're going nuts about this decision. It was a terrible decision. A terrible decision. Another one.
And another one.
Absolutely. And so we had Texahar versus Justin Tafia. Texahar gets the win 35 seconds into the first round, my man.
Yeah.
The first round. You could have made that bet. There's a bet on that MGM offers, that MGM Sportsbook offers, where gone in 60 seconds. You would have that one. Normally it pays some really decent odds depending on who the fighter is. Honestly, no matter who the fighter is, it's going to pay decent odds.
Right.
But sometimes it pays astronomical odds. This fight was predicted to go beneath 1.5 rounds. They thought there was going to be a knockout one way or another in this fight. So So I don't think he would have got that great odds on the gone in 60 seconds, but still very impressive 35-second victory. 35 seconds into the first round, Texahari gets the TKO win. And that brings us to the Tatiana Suarez Weili Zhang fight. The females fought last night. As you know, Weili Zhang, very game champion. Tatiana Suarez, very large woman. Very large woman. I don't know how she cuts the weight. I'm serious. No idea how she cuts the weight. If I was doing my job correctly today, and I didn't because I'm hungover and I went to church, real church. So I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to send you the slides like I want. I barely jumped on in time for the show. But if you could put these two side by side, it looks like Wonder Woman versus Mighty Mouse. The here, it's incredible. But Weili Zhang gets the decision win, and she deserved it. I had her winning all 5 rounds on my scorecard. She was the plus 135 underdog, so she was the underdog, barely a coin flip underdog, almost a coin flip. Plus 135, meaning you had to put up $100 to win 135 on Weili Zhang. The oddball thing about that is she was actually the champion. She's a champion going into this. She was also the underdog. But Tatiana Suarez, with her groundwork and her large body, got the betting professionals to set the odds her way. Unfortunately for her and America, the fight didn't go her way. It was the American-born champion or the American-born challenger versus the Chinese champion. Female, China won. Hands down, China won. Brings us to our disappointing main event. And I say disappointing only because I'm a Sean Strickland fan. If I was a Duplessis fan, I would be ecstatic with this fight. This looked a lot like the first fight, except Duplessis was more active, landed harder punches, and more often. The first fight was pretty close, and I had Sean Strickland, maybe because of my biases, winning that first fight on the scorecard. And he did hold the belt at the time, and I felt like you really have to beat the champ. So I felt like he didn't lose his belt the last time. This time, Duplessis beat the crap out of him. Split his nose, something fierce. Split his nose right here. It literally looked like, because of all the blood during the fight, even though it wasn't a small cut, it was a decent-sized cut right here. He cut him right here. But because of all the blood, it looked like his nose was smashed and split in half.
Right.
I mean, these wounds, until you clean the blood up, they look worse than they are. But I had a bunch of people over at my house last night, and the reason for that was I had the day off. I normally don't have fights off. I told you guys I was probably going to a bar. Well, I decided to save the money and buy some steaks and grill and have some people over that I know that are friends of mine. And some of these people aren't MMA fans. When they saw the injuries that Sean Strickland was sustaining during this fight, these guys have weak stomachs, let me tell you. MMA is not for everybody, my friend. So that's how the fight went for Sean Strickland. He was bruised and battered. He lost every single round. Obviously, he's a game opponent. I mean, he fought his ass off, but in the end, oh, you got some slides of it right here. Okay, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me in Alpha. Well, Chris is ahead of me. Chris Benoit. That guy, that son of a gun's ahead of me in alphabetical order as well. This is bullshit. You know, it's one thing to be ahead of me in life. There's not much I can do about that. But alphabetical order is where it really counts. And he's completely ahead of me. Benoit. My last name ends with a C. Starts with a C, rather. Man. Okay. Well, he got us some slides. That was nice of him to get us those slides so we know who we're talking about. Some pretty vicious injuries were sustained. I think Sean Strickland. I'm going to guess. I'm not sure about this. I'm going to guess Sean Strickland had to be checked into the hospital after that fight. I won't. A 5-round fight. 5-round fight. He got hit harder than some car crashes a few times. I imagine he had to serve a little time. I imagine he might still be in the hospital. Rough one for me. I bet Sean Strickland. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing about me betting Sean Strickland. I told everybody who would listen to me before the fight how this fight was going to go, but I was a little wrong. I said Du Plessis is going to get the decision. I said that.
Yeah.
I said that. Now, I said Sean Strickland's probably going to win the fight again. He's probably going to do a better job of actually landing punches than Du Plessis. And because he's pointing them out, that's not exactly how they score MMA, and they never seem to get it right anyway. And I felt there was a bias against Sean Strickland, especially in Australia. But I was right in the sense that Du Plessis got the decision. I wasn't right in the sense that it'd be that close of a fight. Du Plessis really beat him every single round, really beat him well. But the one thing I said to everybody was, I got this bet on Sean Strickland. I'm going to go and I'm going to bet Du Plessis decision because there's 7 ways, right? You got the draw, you got submission, you got the TKO, KO, you got all these different ways a fight could finish. Well, if you bet only one of the ways, you get way better odds. Even though Du Plessis was a 2-1 favorite, if I bet Du Plessis decision, he can only win by decision, it was plus 150. I didn't do that. Many. I didn't do that. I stuck with my original pick. I didn't hedge my bet, and it would have been very smart to hedge my bet. Du Plessis is the champ, man. I mean, the Dutchman did it. The Dutchman did it for sure.
Got a clip for you from, I guess this is from last night. Teixeira KO's Justin Tafa. Is that from last night, or did I just skip way back? Okay.
That's from last night. Teixeira.
Oh, big elbow. It's gone. And now a knee.
That's that 35-second fight I was talking
just like that. What did
There you go. That wasn't. He got him up there. Boom, boom. Good night, Irene. I like it.
Nah, that was a good fight for a lot of people. A lot of people cashed in that fight. I did not, my friend. I did not. I actually bet the over in that fight. I actually went the wrong way. The only fight I had right was when I bet against America. I bet on China, and that worked out for me. But I don't think I like. It's kind of like when we get to what we're talking about. When we're talking about later on, when we talk about the Super Bowl, I'm betting Kansas City. And the only reason I'm really betting Kansas City.
Well, we ain't gotten there yet, but all right.
No. This ties into what we're talking about here with Weili Zhang.
Okay.
I ain't never betting against Weili Zhang, and I never betting against Mahomes.
Yeah.
No championship fight or championship game. That's where I'm getting at. So that's where I'm getting at with that. And so, like, even though normally I never bet against America, I'll take the American fighters to a fault in these contests. I did, however, bet against Tatiana Suarez last night because I ain't betting against Weili Zhang. Not after what I've seen her do. Not after I've seen her heart. That's just not happening. Right. Yeah, not much is going on in the UFC coming up here. There's really not much happening. There's a couple of fight nights. That are going to be going on coming up here. And from what I hear, the rumor is that John Jones fight with Aspinall is not going to happen. Is not going to happen.
That sucks.
I don't know. They'll probably have something else for John Jones. Maybe they'll have the Pereira fight, and I'd really like to see that. Honestly, I'd like to see either fight. Honestly, I'd like to see the Pereira fight. I like to see. Next fight night, we're gonna have Cannonier Rodriguez The fight night after that is going to be Cejudo Song Yadong. And really not much happening in the UFC till March 8th. March 8th, we're going to have a pay-per-view. March 8th is going to be Pereira and Ankalaev. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there with that one. Hopefully, if Ankalaev has any sense about him, he'll try to put Pereira on his back and pound a mud hole through his face. That'd be the smart way to fight Pereira. But these MMA fighters don't always do the smart thing. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll probably be betting Pereira. We'll see how long the odds are. We'll see how short the odds are, rather. I don't like to bet these favorites in MMA.
I gotcha. Anything boxing? I mean, Fury retired again. That was a while ago, though.
Well, boxing, in boxing, if it happens, there's a report. I watched a little report that Luke Thomas did last night talking about how they're repealing the Ali Act, which is pretty much the reason why the fighters make the kind of money they do, the boxing fighters, that is, because it stripped away the ability for boxing promoters to have monopolies, and it also regulated how much representation a boxer could get by an organization. So kind of like how the UFC has all these guys locked up under contract, a boxing organization like the WBO or couldn't do that. It keeps everything separate, and there's no monopoly. But what that did was that split up all the belts, and you got all these different sanctioning. What this is going to mean is, it's going to mean, if it actually happens, it's going to mean that pretty much TKO, the parent company of the UFC and the WWE, they're going to, I imagine they're the ones behind this, especially since Ari Emanuel is the one that announced this. They're going to lock up all the boxing fighters, and they're going to lock them all up in line just the same way they got the UFC. The good thing for fans is you'll have one champion. The belt will be united. Horrible for boxers. We know how the UFC's pay goes.
Yeah.
And we know what the guys at the bottom of the scale make. And I don't know if it's going to be good. It'll be good. It'll be good in the sense that we're going to be seeing more of the fights that we want to see, because it'll be easier for them to make matches, right? If everyone is under the same umbrella, pretty much all the best fighters are all fighting in the same place, and they're controlled by the same entity. How the UFC is able to make matches, we'll see more matches being made in boxing that you want to see. I'm not a big fan of this because I really believe in I'm not a big fan of monopolies in general. I'm not a big fan of I like how boxing is the way it is now. But
Gotcha.
There's pros and cons of this. Definitely pros and cons of this.
All righty.
And now for something completely different.
All right, talk a little baseball. Not a hell of a lot of news out there. Big news for Mets fans. Mr. Cohen has reached into his pocket once again. If I can find the damn deal. Where the hell is the deal? There it is. Let's see. Pete Alonso, aka Pedro Alonso, the Mets faithful, probably favorite player. Cohen added, of course, Juan Soto, fucking 15 years, $760 million, plus probably another 20 million or so in bennies, including like suites and all kinds of stuff for his family. And it's all kinds of craziness. But Alonso is back. It's a 2-year deal. 2-year, $54 million deal, average annual value of $30 million, making him the highest paid first baseman in the league. Kind of a big year for Pete. He turned down a deal early in the year for $158 million in June as an extension from the Mets. And so he kind of had to take this one out. Didn't have a very good year last year, so a lot of teams were kind of – everybody loves Pedro. Everybody loves a polar bear, but he had his worst year last year, which is something you don't want to do in your age 30 season going into free agent market. People were seeing the decline. Of course, this happened last year with Shohei and Yoshinobu Yamamoto with those monster deals. It really affects everybody down the line, especially like upper middle, lower top tier players, like becoming free agents later in their career. Juan Soto, of course, one of the younger free agents to come out, probably the best ever at that age. The Mets deal is a 2-year deal with Pedro. It's got a opt-out after the first year. So if Alonso goes off and just crushes it, then he can opt out. But if he doesn't, he got another year with the Mets. The other free agent, big free agent out there, of course, is Alex Bregman. Probably far and away the best player still available in MLB right now. I believe he is a Boris guy as well. So that might play into it a little bit. The latest rumor is the Astros have upped their offer to Mr. Bregman after trading Kyle Tucker. And I can't remember his name, but he's a late inning relief guy / closer from the Astros to the Cubs. It's kind of been declining over the last couple of years. Astros happy to move on, and the Cubs looking to maybe do a little bit of a reclamation project, if you will. I don't know. Rumors for Bregman, the Cubs, the Blue Jays, Tigers, Red Sox. The Cubs are kind of weak because they're bringing up, I believe his name is Matt Cash, like one of the biggest prospects out there in baseball. Definitely the Cubs' biggest. Raked last year in single A, double A. Really raked in triple A, but when I looked at his baseball reference page and kind of dug into it, I think he only had like 18 at bats. So even though he slashed like 340, 350, 500, and for like a 900 or close to 900 OPS, kind of a too small of a sample size, but he's going to get a chance. After Pete Crow Armstrong came on the second half of last year, which was rough for me to watch that first half. Not only was it kind of a up and then perpetually down part of the season for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong just looked absolutely bad. I mean, he was walking up the plate with an 0-2 count. It's just he was. I was like, he'd go up and I'm like, watch this. And talk to my wife, like, watch. He's going to swing in the first pitch. I don't care what it is. And sure enough, he would. And then he'd actually get something decent to hit, but it was inside and up or something. And he missed that. And see what I mean? They should just – but he figured it out and just went on a tear the second half of the year. Bringing up prospects is always nerve-wracking, but the Cubs are going to do it at third base, one of the keystones on the infield. They're also got to look at extending Nico Horner and doing whatever it takes to get that done. So I don't think Bregman's going to go to the Cubs, but the Blue Jays, maybe they're desperate to sign anybody and everybody after missing out on Shohei, after missing out on Juan Soto, after missing out on Roki Sasaki. So, and not knowing exactly where that club's going to go, because there's still talk about after Vladimir Guerrero Jr. having a resurgent bounce back year last year, that he might be moving on. But we'll see. Tigers are in there because, well, of the surprise kind of season they had last year behind Tariq Skubal. So we'll see. You look at Bregman's numbers, not that great. at Comerica Park or wherever the fuck they're calling it now. A good fit for them, for him, and for the team would be the Boston Red Sox. His numbers are through the roof there. Bregman used to hitting at what it was, Minute Maid Park down there in Houston with the short Crawford boxes. You've got that short left field in Boston. You got the Great Monster, but you get it up, you're getting a double or a home run. And you put it in the right spot, you can get a triple. Just depends on how the ball, words are hard, how the ball bounces for you, if you will. Remember, Pook, we did this a couple of weeks. We talked about can I build a team choosing one player from each, only allowed to choose a player from one team. So like if I pick a player from that team is eliminated. I can't pick any other players from that.
Yeah, you're trying to beat the Dodgers.
Right. I have that put together, 90% of it, and just looking at it, yeah. It's just put it together and write it down on paper. I've got one page of notes, another 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 page of notes. I did it, and I did it pretty fucking easily. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I basically doubled the Dodgers WAR in the lineup. As far as starting pitching, I haven't calculated the WAR or wins above replacement for the Dodgers starting 7 or actually their 7 best players. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to finish it out. I'm going to do the graphics for it. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to try and redo it because it was too easy. But looking at it, I'll just tell you, just briefly, I'll tell you what I came up with. Just as far as hitters, all right? From the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr., his WAR last year, 9.4. Number 2, Jared Duran, the Boston Red Sox. Number 3, Aaron Judge. This is in batting order. Number 4, Juan Soto. Number 5, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Number 6, Rafael Devers. Number 7, Marcus Semien. Number 8, Adley Rutschman. Number 9, Corbin Carroll. I almost doubled the batting order of the Dodgers WAR. So what I'll do is I'll calculate the pitchers that I picked, which are Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, Shota Imanaga, Chris Sale, Dylan Cease, Mason Miller, and Emmanuel Clase, who are 2 closers. I'll figure that out, and I'll look at it. And what I might have time to do is calculate these guys' single season salaries versus the Dodgers. And then what I might do when I show you guys that I put this all together, how fucking easy it was, I'm going to watch Baseball is Dead, my favorite podcast. I skipped this podcast because you guys came up with this idea. They went and did that as well. So I'm going to watch and see what they did. And I might come back and I either might do it on the salary cap or I might do it either AL or NL to make it even harder to come up with some stuff to do with baseball because we're still in the off season. We're only, a couple of days from pitchers and catchers report. I think we're 11 days from the first spring training games.
Starts early this year, don't it?
Yeah, I believe
22nd, first game maybe.
I think it's the 20th is the first game. I think the Cubs have it.
Okay.
Then I believe it's 38 days until Japan opens up. So they're going to have a set of games in Japan. And then I think excuse me. Oh, golly. About 10, 13 days later, MLB officially starts here in the United States. Why are they going to Japan? Well, they've been going overseas more and more lately. And if you really don't know why, it's because of stars like Shota Imanaga, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, Roki Sasaki, all being, freaking Dodgers are 3 guys, 2 guys from their World Baseball Classic team, and Roki Sasaki, I think, was too young at the time to be a part of that. I'm not sure if he was or not. I could be wrong on that one, but they basically have Team Japan playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So of course they're going to feature games over there. I mean, there was the number. If you go back and look at the numbers for the playoff games, especially Dodger playoff games in the World Series, how many people watched in the United States versus how many people watched in Japan? It was absolutely crazy. Especially if you break it down by like percentage wise of population, it's fucking nuts. I think a couple games Japan had like 15, 17 million people watching the Dodgers. So of course they're going to MLB is going to enlarge that Asian market. Let's just hope they don't start blowing the panda.
Blowing the panda.
Blowing the panda. You know, the Pooh Bear. The what's his name? The fictional fucking bear who likes honey. That fucker. What's his name?
That's Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. You know, the president of China, allegedly. But yeah, that's it, Cubs. Cubs got Ryan Presley, right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, February 20th spring game it starts. So yeah, I mean, you know, unfortunately, not a lot going on in baseball, but we're about to turn the corner. Hopefully, Mr. Bregman finds a home. Hopefully, to be honest, I hope he goes to Boston. I'd like to see him raking over there at Fenway. Don't know what they do with Devers. I don't know, they'll keep him at first base or DH him, I'm sure. I don't know. He's not the greatest defensive guy, so first base would probably be better than third. He plays both. So, yeah. And, you know, there's a few other guys out there, but, I mean, we're not talking about anybody like just like, holy shit, Nick Pivetta, right-handed starting pitcher. You know, he got hit with a qualifying offer, so a lot of teams were like, yeah, do I want to sign this guy and give up 2 fucking picks for him? Not really. David Robertson, relief pitcher, Paul DeJong. He's 31-year-old season. He had a 1.7 F4 last year with the White Sox and the Royals. A shortstop, you know, good on the D, but giggity. Yeah, I don't know. Alex Verdugo, maybe he gets a minor league deal. Maybe he goes to the Astros because they could use somebody to sign, like, just be a placeholder because Kyle Tucker's gone. But, you know, he might be kind of on his way to the golf course, if you will. And not really all that much going on. Pops is pretty sick right now, so we'll see how that goes. T should be coming back here pretty soon because I believe the hockey season for up there, as far as youth, wraps up here very quickly, if not this weekend, possibly beginning of next. So we'll have T back for Sports Church and or the bar. Which we didn't get the bar on this week because I had the flu all week and just didn't feel like drinking last night. I've had drinking since last Saturday. So, yeah. And again, not much else to talk about baseball. Just it's right around the corner. Just hang in there. I can't wait. We will be starting. Pook, you can get in on the Tim. Remember Tim? He's starting a fantasy baseball league this year. So I know Chris Benoit wants in. I probably will get in. Are you going to get in there, Poop Dog?
Who the hell's Tim, first of all?
Tim Latore.
Oh, Sergeant Latore. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Tim.
So we're going to do that. If you're catching this later, just send me a DM, slide into my DMs, and we'll do that.
The problem is if you play fantasy baseball, it like literally dominates your life. It's like a full-time job, man.
I never spent.
It's every damn day, Minnie.
Oh yeah. But I didn't spend more than. It's like, dude. To me, it's just like doing fantasy football, except you're changing your lineup daily. You know, it's 5 minutes a day to me. I mean, it's hours leading up to the draft, but after that, it's just who's playing today, who's not playing today, and plug in, plug go.
Aren't you picking people up too every day? You're picking
You
people up
can.
and dropping people, right? You're
You
making
can.
moves all the time, right?
Yeah, you can. You
I mean,
can.
it's a full-time job, man. I've done it before. I've done the NBA before. The NBA is not even as tough as the NBA is easier to do than baseball, first of all. And the NBA is a total son of a bitch because it's every damn day. What you described is the NBA. You got to set your lineup every day. You got to pay attention. It's 5 minutes a day. Baseball, there's all shit going on. There's all kinds of stuff going on. You got to make moves. You got to make moves. It's painful. It's a painful process. Takes a long time. And then depending on how do you guys do it? Do you guys do matchups or do you guys do rotisserie style?
It's up to Tim. We'll find out. I'm sure he's probably just going to do weekly matchup. You know, you play an opponent for the entire week.
Yeah, that's way better because, I mean, the other way, a guy gets out to a freaking lead or two guys get out to a lead and leave the whole freaking league in the dust.
Yeah.
And that's it. They get freaking you're over before the All-Star break. Damn season's over before the All-Star break. See, I played this before, bro.
Yeah, our league last year was
one thing.
It's pretty tight. It was pretty close.
One thing's for sure, if I did play it, it will become the MMA baseball hour instead of the sports church because I don't know all about baseball because you have to pay attention if you're playing this shit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I don't know if I want to play in your league, dude. I don't know if I want to devote that much.
You gotta, man. You gotta. We need the dudes. We need the dudes right now. Yeah, we need the dudes. We need to get at least 8 guys to make it competitive. And if we get anything less than that, then we're gonna have to make it like NL or AL only. So to like keep it from getting like crazy, you know, when you have like a small league and a bunch of guys drop out in football, and you just swallow up all the talent, and everybody's just stacked from top to bottom. That kind of sucks. But you'll play. Come on, it's for Sergeant Latore. It's his first year running it. It's first year commissioner. I don't want to do it. I can't do it this year.
How much money is it?
I don't know if we're going to do it. I'll talk to him about if we're going to do any money or not. It depends. It depends how many people we get. You know, it could just be fun just to see if we can get the people in and give Tim, aka Sergeant Latore, his first year under his belt as commissioner, so he doesn't have to completely freak out because there's so much money involved in it or whatnot. But we'll talk. We've got a little bit of time. We've got until basically April 1st, basically. But we'll probably get it done within. I would say we'd have to draft within a month. So we'll just start it. He'll start it up the next few days, and then we'll start inviting people in. And hopefully, we get the numbers up to where we can set a draft date and then go. So I might try and get like a couple guys from work that I know they're pretty big baseball. Pretty big baseball gurus. They remember who I was because I wasn't at work at all last week except for about 4 hours.
I don't know. I know a lot of gamblers, so I don't know. Maybe if we need players, I might be able to get players, but they're going to want to play for money. Anyway, we're going to talk any props for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, man. If you want, we can do that. We can knock that out.
I could talk. I can do that. I can do that right here. I could pull them up. I'm actually on another page. Let me see here. I was looking at them.
I got somewhere in here.
You got a list of props?
No, I got just some NFL news. Aaron Rodgers is going to be moving on from the New York Jets. Super not surprising there. And I had, damn it, some pretty good videos here of just I think Chris sent me, which was here we go. Just to kind of preview how the Super Bowl is going to go. I thought this was pretty good. Oh shit! Hold on. It's the script for the Super Bowl. So courtesy of Chris Benoit Balls.
Classic.
All right.
Classic, my friend. I hope he's right. I'm betting KC. I hope he's right.
That was pretty good, right?
I hope the refs are able to influence this game tremendously in the favor of the Chiefs. Patty Mahomes carry his own flags, just be like throwing his flags. Be like, what do you got? You got 3 officials? You got more than that, right?
Yeah, for Super Bowl,
you got the side judge, the line judge, and the umpire, or what do they call him? The head ref. There's 3. How many refs are in a game?
Dude, I don't know right now. For the Super Bowl, I know they kind of double it up like they do in baseball. They throw a whole bunch more in there. So, Patrick Mahomes is going to be absolutely covered. I'm not. I don't know. When you get those prop bets lined up, I got one more thing. It's I love this chick. Check her out on. She's got a cool podcast. Her name's Annie. Annie Gear. You can find her on Instagram, TikTok, whatnot. She's got podcasts on Spotify.
All right, guys, now that the NFL season is coming to an end, let's recap some of the things that happened this year. Let's start by putting our best foot forward. Isaiah Likely let the Chiefs win thanks to this. What a lucky win. The Chiefs will never get that lucky again. Next up, the Madden curse is alive and well. Christian McCaffrey went out until week 10, only to go back out after week 13. And let's not forget the absolute dichotomy that is Jared Goff. 7 receptions in one game and won, and then threw 5 touchdowns in another game and lost. Oh, by the way, the Green Bay Packers lost. Then, of course, this happened. Tyreek Stevenson turned his back on his team, quite literally. This was the downfall of the Bears. And, of course, we can't forget Jerry Jones blinding his own players in a dome. Everyone trusted Woody Johnson's son when it came to Madden ratings to not trade for Jerry Jeudy. Top tier management, guys. Top tier. Then the Packers lost again. And of course, on Thursday night, all of America saw Derrick Henry's ass. Kanye's wife is already designing a dress that looks like that. The Cincinnati Bengals had the leader in passing yards and passing touchdowns, a triple crown wide receiver, and the leader in sacks. They started out 0-3 and left their playoff chances to Prince Harry. Sorry for the jump scare. Interim coach Darren Rizzi clogged the toilet in one of his first days on the job. Luckily, in New Orleans, they play with Derek Carr, so they're used to seeing a lot of shit. Also brought in some new fans. A Duck and Beyonce spent more time on an NFL field than Jair Alexander. And the Packers lost again. We also found out that the NFL consumes an unreasonable amount of Uncrustables, specifically the Denver Broncos. Don't ask. Giants would have had the first overall pick, but Drew Lock and Malik Neighbors turned into Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Speaking of that, Bill started becoming interested in college students. Oh, and he went to UNC. Remember that Chiefs luck I was talking about? Well, they won by a toe, a blocked field goal, a win in overtime, a botched snap, a doink in, and whatever other dark magic follows. Oh, and Nick Sirianni pulled a Britney Spears. I think that covers it. Guys, what a season.
All right. I like her. She's great. She's funny. She's party. But yeah. All right. Let's get into the Super Bowl. Let's wrap it up. Let's kick it off. I got she's coming over.
She's obviously a Green Bay fan.
Yeah.
She kept talking about Green Bay's losses.
Yep. She's a Packer fan.
I remember them losing to the Bears.
Yeah. Well, it happens once every decade.
I remember that happening.
I'm sure most Bear fans do because it never fucking happens. Yeah. All right, man. What are we doing here?
Oh, it happened and it was relevant.
It wasn't.
You can't say never. You can't say never because it just happened.
Anyways, all right.
All right. How many times will Donald Trump appear? Over under 1.5. How many times?
Over.
I say the over. The over is minus 160 if you want to bet the over.
Are you writing these down? Are you marking these?
Not really, because next week happens every year and we never even look at that shit. So
hold on.
We always score this. We always score them, and then that's it. Always get probably the reason why it always gets lost or we never bring it up is probably because the poop probably won and you just scrap the sheet. That's probably that's probably what happens every year. But every year, every year we seem to go through these and they never seem to get graded. We never seem to talk about them on the next show. And here's the thing: next show, it's just going to be me and you doing this today. Next show, we're going to probably have 4 people on.
It's all
You
right.
know what I'm saying? I'm saying I don't think we need to grade these. These are cute. These are fun. I say over as well, by the way. Okay,
right.
Super Bowl total number of times Taylor Swift is shown in the broadcast. Over or under 6.5.
Ooh. Dude, I hate baiting the under just like you do, but God, it really the whole. You know what? You got to go over on that one too, don't you?
Man, I don't know. It's a coin flip either way. They're charging a -115 to bet it either way. -115, -115. Here's the crazy thing. If you were on a lot of these props, if you were on the inside of the production, man, you'd be able to clean up.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you'd be able to clean up. Probably. If you're the guy directing it, you know exactly how many times you're going to show Taylor Swift. You know exactly how many times you're going to show Trump. It'd be nice to know these guys and have that inside information.
Right.
I'd be rich. So I'm going to say the over as well.
Okay.
But I won't be surprised if it goes under. 6.5 is a lot. 6.5 is nauseating. But they seem to have done that to us.
Yeah.
So why stop now, right?
Right.
Right. A lot of people are sick of Taylor Swift being on the broadcast.
I agree.
Okay. National anthem. How long? How long will the national anthem? Over 120 and a half seconds or under 120 and a half seconds?
Ooh. That's cool. Yeah, that's always a coin flip too, isn't it? Who's singing it?
That's the issue. I don't know who's singing it. It doesn't say here. If it's a country western singer, I take the under. If it's an R&B singer, I take the over. It don't always happen though, because I've tried playing this. It don't always happen like that. Sometimes the R&B singer will wrap it up real quick, and sometimes the country singer will be the one to, drag it out.
All right, let's see. His name, Jon Batiste. The multi-talented Jon Batiste.
Sounds like a pro
winner.
They're going to have that pro wrestler do this?
No, John. He is
They got Batista doing this? The
former band leader for the Late Late Show, Stephen Colbert. He's from Louisiana. He was a co-composer for the Pixar movie Soul. So he's from Louisiana. So I'm going over because them boys like to draw shit out.
All right, just to be contrarian with you, I'll go under just for the shits of it. I don't have no opinion on it. I'm just going against you. I'm against you.
All right.
All right.
All righty. What do we got next?
How many TDs scored? Let's read this again, because I don't understand this question. Oh, it's a list of players. On the second page is a list of players. Okay. This is a tough one because it's got all these players: AJ Brown, Dallas Gilbert.
Let's just stick to the goofy ones, man.
Denard Hopkins, Devontae Smith, Grant Chandler, Isaiah Pacheco. Basically, are any of these guys going to score over 2 touchdowns? And they all got really long odds. So you're right. This is not one for us to really mess with.
Yeah.
Unless one of us picked a guy and got it right. The only guy I bet on there would probably be Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah.
That'd be the only guy that I could see getting 2 touchdowns.
Let's get 2
Who's going to score the first touchdown?
Who's going to score the first touchdown?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You want to know
player or team?
Team.
Dude. I don't know. What are you thinking? What are the odds? I mean, I want to say.
Lost that. I was looking something else up. I just lost it. Oh no. I'm pulling up the wrong one. Well, you asked earlier which player will be the first player to score a touchdown.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go. How about I'll go with AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, you can get him at plus 175. He's the favorite.
All right.
You picked out the favorite.
Who are you gonna take?
I'll take Saquon Barkley at minus 195, but I like Travis Kelce as well.
So you taking Barkley or Travis?
I'm taking Saquon Barkley, but the only reason I'm taking Saquon Barkley is because am I going against you? I'm taking Travis Kelce if I'm going against you. I'm betting this with the sports book. I'm taking Saquon Barkley, and the reason I'm taking Saquon Barkley is because he's almost getting 2-1. Travis Kelce's close to a coin flip. They got him close to a coin flip here, plus 135.
All right, let's get a few more in. So
we'll get a few more of these in, man.
And then we'll just do our overall. But let's get 2 or 3 more fun prop bets in there to keep an eye on. And other news, first put in there for us. Cup has been put on the trading block. I heard about that. Deebo Samuel is asked to be traded. San Francisco's window may be fucking closing fucking quickly. Much quicker than we thought. They just need to bubble wrap McCaffrey, put him in an oxygen tank every offseason. Maybe worthwhile, or stop letting your when the developers over at Madden asked to put your boy on the cover, tell them no. Does that shit happen again this year? All right, what do you got? What's the next
field
one?
goals the first half? Field goals in the first half. Will there be over 2.5 field goals kicked in the first half? Eagles and Chiefs together.
I'm going over, Bubba.
I'll take the under.
You're gonna go under.
I'm going under on that
one. All right. What else we got? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far.
I'm dealing with the site, and I'm picking and choosing here.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. Only been on exactly an hour, so we can do a few more minutes and then wrap it up.
I don't really like any of these props here. I'm looking for a good one.
No, I got you.
Because this is all like winning the margin of first quarter, freaking total field goals first quarter. I mean, like I don't. Chiefs to score the first touchdown. Yes or no?
Chiefs to score the first touchdown.
Yeah.
I am gonna say yes.
All right, I'm gonna say no, and I'm only saying no to be contrarian here. I'm only saying no to go the other way. That's it. We forgot the obvious one here. Coin flip, heads or tails. I think that's who wins that. Who wins the first? Who makes the first touchdown? I think there's gonna be a touchdown on the first series. I'm predicting, and I think there's gonna be an answer back on the second series from the opponent. So I'm thinking first series we're gonna have a touchdown. So whoever wins this coin flip, I think who wins the coin flip, heads or tails?
Okay, heads or tails? Or am I picking heads or tails on the coin flip? Or am I picking who wins it?
How you want to do it?
I don't know. How do you want to do it? You tell me.
We can do both.
All
because
right.
we don't know if they're going to pick heads. We don't know if they're going to pick tails. That'll be to be determined.
All right. I guess I'll go tails.
Okay, just to be contrarian to go against you, so we got a competition. I'll say heads.
All
I
right.
think I bet heads last night anyway. I think I put $5 on it somewhere.
And I
I
gotta
was
go.
drunk last night.
I gotta go with the Chiefs to win it because I picked them to score the first touchdown. So, I mean, you can go with me on that, or you could, be contrarian. What's up, baby? Oh
The
God,
Chiefs
yeah.
to win score the first touchdown. Okay, give me Philly then.
All right.
I'll go the other way.
All right. Here Michelle put one up there. Do you take bets if Kelsey proposes to Taylor? I think that only happens.
Oh wow! I bet you I find a line on that one. Honestly, I think there's got to be a line on. There's so many damn prop bets to read through. I'm gonna go on another app. I'm gonna go on a different app. I didn't really like the prop bets on the app we were on anyway. But I bet you they got that prop. I mean, I'm guessing they do.
My wife won't want to put money on this one.
They're saying that that's in the script. You saw the script was leaked, and that's what I thought you were referring to. There was supposedly there's a Super Bowl script leaked already, and it wasn't the WWE little montage. It was like something else. It went like the Chiefs getting down, and then after they get down, there's going to be a crazy heroic comeback where Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are going to be the stars of the show, and I mean that could happen anyway. I don't know if it's set up like that, but who knows? Super Bowl MVP.
Just Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor.
All right, how about this Super Bowl MVP?
Super Bowl.
While you're waiting for me to pull this up.
I got the Chiefs scoring first. I win the toss. If the Eagles win, it's going to be on the backs. It's going to be on the back of Mr. Saquon Barkley. So that's who I'm picking for Super Bowl MVP. So
Okay, give me Patty Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Give me Patty Mahomes.
All right. Did you find a line on the
Not on this site. Maybe if I search by Google, maybe there'll be something. Maybe OddsShark will post it something or something. Here we go. Travis Kelce's. We'll go Travis Kelce per pose prop bet. And I'll Google this and we'll see what comes up. A bunch of gambling sites come up. That's all that comes up. No, don't give me an answer. What are the odds? Okay. Oh, I got it. Plus 700.
Plus 700.
You know what the comeback is. I mean, plus 7. That's the. You know how much you gotta lay though on the no. 1350 to win $100 on the no.
1350.
Yeah, so you got minus 1350 plus 700. So yes is plus 700. So 7-1, you'll get paid 7-1. The other way you gotta lay 13.5 to 1.
So they're saying it's going to happen, and that the Chiefs are going to win, and he's going to propose to her.
No, the other way around. It's a 7-1 shot.
Okay.
And if you want to bet a no, you got to put up a lot of money. You want to bet a no? A no don't even seem like it's worth betting.
Yeah.
It'd be my luck. He proposes to her, and then whatever. I was sitting there in Vegas one day at a poker table. And there was a fellow. These guys were all. This was during March Madness. These guys all had a lot of money. A lot of these guys had a whole lot of money, and one of the guys was more interested in the basketball game going on than the poker game, and someone asked him what his bet was, and he actually had Duke minus like 2,000. So this guy put like $4,000 up to win like $200, right, on this ticket. And Duke was getting their freaking ass kicked, man. Getting their ass kicked by Taco Falls and TCU or whoever Taco Falls played for. I don't remember. That was a few years back. But Duke ended up losing that game. And I'm like, man, why even make a bet like that? Why even make a bet like that? Save that for the guys that booked the bets, man.
Yeah.
You know Quinn Burke? Remember Quinn Burke? Burke.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Vegas with him one time. He does the same thing during March Madness, but he don't lay that kind of money, but he lays hundreds, not thousands. Yeah. He'll take the freaking favorites money line. I can't see doing it, man. He says he's had a lot of success doing it, but he got his ass kicked when I was with him. You know what I mean? I mean, why would you take the freaking favorite when you got to lay so much money? It's so hard to recover after you do something silly like you lay 1,300 to win 100, and now you're down $1,300 trying to win $100. Very hard to get your money back. Very hard to get your money back.
All right, are we gonna pick one on that one, or are we gonna go to one more prop bet?
Well, it'd be silly. We're both obviously, unless I wanted to give you some kind of handicap here, which I don't think you need. I mean, we're betting prop bets. We're all both going to take yes on that one, obviously. Okay. Or no, pardon me, no on that one, obviously.
We're both going to take no.
Yeah, unless you want to take yes. I mean, no. 7-1 shot. That's what the book's paying.
All right, one more prop bet, and then we'll do the overall, and then we'll call it.
First scoring play.
All right. Scoring play, run or a pass, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be run, pass, interception, pick six, right? Fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Yeah, there's 10-way betting on this, but I think me and you will just go run, pass.
Okay. I'm gonna go pass, just because it's a pass.
I'm gonna go rush, just to go the opposite of you.
Rush. All right. What is the line overall?
1.5.
Chiefs are favored by 1.5.
1.5.
Chiefs plus 1.5, right?
Chiefs minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5. Damn it. Sorry. All right. Over under.
I gotta look. This is like 49, I thought. 48.5.
48.5. All right. Taking the Eagles. I'm taking. Fuck, man. I hate this part. I hate the over-under. I hate it so much. Because that's 24. That's 27, 21. Yeah, 8. Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Mini. I'm taking the Eagles and I'm taking the under.
You and 27% of America are taking the under.
Yeah.
72% of us are taking the over. Give me the over. Give me the Chiefs.
All right, that's what I figured. I just went and wrote it down before he even said it.
Man, life's too short to bet the under, man.
I agree. I hate it
against scoring.
I know, but how many?
And then here's the thing about the under, man. The over, you can win in the second quarter, and you can be popping Coronas and.
All right. I'll change
on the ass. It's freaking under. You can lose in the last freaking seconds of a fourth quarter with meaningless score. Freaking sends it over. And that whole time you thought you were holding a winning ticket because there was low scoring that whole time until the last 3 minutes where there was 2 scores. And one of them meant absolutely nothing. It was in garbage time. They're out of time. There's no way they, you know what I mean? Betting on there's just a depressing thing, man. Minnie, I believe I lost you. I'm not getting any audio.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
My
I got
bad.
audio.
I was
Now
coughing. I'm gonna go Eagles over. Pook, you're gonna go Chiefs over.
You going over
right.
now?
Yeah.
You change your mind? All right.
Yeah. I mentioned it earlier before we even got this far. It was that you just brought it up. I brought it up a couple times before. It sucks rooting in the under. It does.
It's terrible.
It's no fun. None at all.
It's terrible. If I bet the under, I want to go to bed and wake me up. In the game
Yeah, I wake up
tell
the
me
next
if I,
day like,
tell me if I hit the under. It's gonna be a miserable game. You hit the under. Oh, I hit the under, but I watched a miserable game with no scoring. Oh
Right.
man.
All right, man. Good show. Just us two. Hopefully we get Pops and T back next week, so we get some hockey, we get some college basketball, we get some auto racing, because that is coming right around the corner too. Daytona 500, of course, to kick off the start of NASCAR, and then slowly but surely IndyCar will be coming after that, and then Formula One. Baseball, of course, wrapping up. MMA is always going on. This is the end of football for a while. Thank God. I want to move on to the next season because it was my worst fantasy football season in 10 fucking years. So I made some key mistakes. I went against the grain of what I usually do. I took a chance. And then I picked a guy I knew I shouldn't have picked, and it just yeah. And AJ Brown decided to read books. That didn't help, or at least look at books. I don't know if he can actually read. Just kidding. But you won, dude. You were the champ.
Oh, okay.
Like you didn't know. That's your number. That's number 2.
That's
so I won
true.
twice.
That's
you
not
won
true.
Twice.
No, that ain't true. That ain't true.
Yeah,
that ain't true because the first season where George was the freaking commish, I won that year, and that ain't listed, bro. I guarantee you I won the first season because I was promised $200 I never got.
yeah.
Okay. So that ain't true. So that's bullshit. That's number one bullshit in my life right now.
You're not
Okay?
gonna take that win.
No, I ain't gonna take this lying down. No, you ain't gonna tell me that. That's 2. Bullshit, that's 2. The first year didn't count. I guess the first year didn't count.
I have to talk to that dirty Greek fucker. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. But no, I'm not bitching about that because everything was forgiven when he took me to the UFC event.
Right.
Everything was forgiven. As far as I'm concerned, George is I don't know what you got going on with him, but as far as I'm concerned, George done me good. I'm happy with that. But no, he was. You got to remember that. If you got to remember that he promised me $200 for winning that, and I never got it. I never see my $200, and that's not listed because I saw that list too. So that was probably 2016 or 2015, not sure when. That was when that was the first year. That year's not listed on that Yahoo bullshit. So yeah, exactly. So I got 3, bro, at least. At least who knows if there's another championship not listed as well from years past here since we've been doing this.
All right. But yeah, tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have the bar usual time next Saturday night, 2100 Eastern Standard Time, and then Sports Church to be determined. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. I'll probably make it through a quarter and a half, maybe, and then I'm going to bed because I have to be up at 5 a.m. So I don't really give a fuck about the end game. I got no dog in this fight other than the prop bets, which I can check in the morning or when I'm coming home at like 2:30 in the afternoon from work. Remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there for veterans. Worse, you hit pound 988 or get to the suicide hotline. Find some Reverend Warrior hikes out there. And just hang out with your boys, call up, check on people. And other than that, enjoy your Super Bowl, motherfuckers. Poke.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, everybody. Peace be with everyone.
Peace be with everyone. You're so sweet. Oh man.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.